that's his whole entire thing. He's an energetic, just powerful young man with a good burst off the line. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Damian Parson here of the Draft Network to talk about the Cleveland Browns 2022 NFL Draft Class. Let's get started. Of course, due to some trading, these guys didn't pick to the third round, and that was pick 68. They selected cornerback from Mississippi State, Martin Emerson. Emerson is more of a physical presence as a corner. He's not the best athlete, but he can beat guys up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to step in with his size and his length to help in run support. You would want to see better ball skills from him, but it's fine. Like I said, the main thing with him is being able to add some matchup ability. When you have the other corners, when Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome, he gives you that long, big corner that can match up against those taller, more physical, less twitchy type of receivers. I think he's going to compete. My projection for him, he's going to compete for that CB3 role with Greedy Williams. At worst, he'll be CB4, but I definitely see a role for him seeing the field. Again, in the third round, they had 3 third-round picks. Pick 78, edge out of UAB, Alex Wright, who is also a friend of the Draft Network. We interviewed this young man, and he is 6'7", long arms. He's got good strength at the point of attack. He's able to kick and reduce inside some 5 tech if you need to, because he's done a lot of that when he was in college as he went through his growth spurt with his frame and his body. But you think about a team that already has Myles Garrett, and then they re-signed Jadeveon Clowney. He's going to come in, and I project him to come in with his length and his physicality and his handwork. And also, being 6'7", he has some quickness off the ball and at the snap as well to be able to get around the edge and win quickly. I think he's going to be more of a rotational edge piece behind those two guys, right? So I think he's going to be kind of that edge 3 or 4, but I definitely could see him playing special teams as well. But this is a young man I expect to see on the field and making that active roster for the Cleveland Browns. Sticking with their final third-round pick, number 99, they selected wide receiver from Purdue, David Bell. David Bell was a highly regarded receiver for most of the college football season of 2021. He was a baller, a game breaker. He did a lot of great things. Very nuanced as a route runner and savvy. He's got a veteran game to him. Great pacing, great hands. He's not the best athlete, and I think that's why he slipped. But if you understanding where he wins in the short to intermediate game, he knows how to get open. He knows how to win at the release point, at the contact window, at the line of scrimmage, in press coverage. And again, you think about how he complements Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is going to give you more of that more explosive plays than David Bell, but David Bell can kind of step in almost a la Jarvis Landry, that kind of chain mover, strong run after the catch option. I really like his fit in this offense, and I think he's more than likely going to be no worse than wide receiver 3. I think he should have a prominent role this season as a rookie. Round 4, pick 108, another draft favorite here at the for TDN. It's PERRION Winfrey, interior defensive lineman from Oklahoma. We really got our first exposure of him at the Senior Bowl, and we talk about energy. That's his whole entire thing. He's an energetic, just powerful young man with a good burst off the line. He knows how to use his length well, and as a single gap penetrator, that's what this defense is going to use him as, because he can attack those solo gaps, not having 2 gapping and worrying about trying to handle 2 offensive linemen and different things of that nature. Allow him to go one-on-one, use his length, his quickness, his handwork, his power to overwhelm especially shorter arm guards, where he can get into their frame quicker than they can get into his. And he can, in the run game, he can use that length to press or stack, peek and shed, and find a football. So I expect him, and he's someone that gives them some really good potential as a interior pass rusher, I would say, especially alongside or in the middle of Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. And I could see him as a secondary guy, but I'm gonna say this: I project him to be a starter this year. Now, maybe not out of the gate, but I project him to find his way, because the interior defensive lineman talent on the team isn't great, And he's a very talented young man. So I expect him to be a prominent force on this defense. In the fourth round, they went kicker from LSU, Cade York. This is a team that struggled to find a consistent kicker for quite some time. Cade York has a big leg, a big time leg. And you think about what that does for your team, your offense, when you get inside that 40-yard, the positive or the plus 40, and if your offense stalls out, you don't actually have to punt the ball and try to hope that we can pin them down inside the 5. You got a kicker that's accurate and that can legitimately be an impact player and get points for your offense. He can kick the ball from a far distance with accuracy. So this is a good pick. And of course, he's more than likely the starting kicker for the Cleveland Browns. Let's keep it rolling. Round 5, pick 156, running back from Cincinnati, Jerome Ford. Former Alabama transfer to Cincinnati. He's got explosiveness to his game. He's got patience. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. And you think about the fact that Kareem Hunt's contract is coming up, and they re-signed Dearness Johnson for just a 1-year deal. So you need some young talent there as well to back up Nick Chubb, potentially when Dearness and Kareem Hunt walk off in free agency soon. So Jerome Ford is going to bring some explosiveness. He's a different style runner. He's not the physical, violent, powerful guy that Hunt, Johnson, and even especially Nick Chubb are. He's more of a change of pace, electric back, especially in space. Once he sees an open lane or open gap, he hits it. He hits it with a good burst. He knows how to get through that second level and really get chunk yardage. He's a really good fit for this team. I think he'll be more of a RB4, especially with Demetric Felton. He's more of a wide receiver running back hybrid. So I think he'll be kind of the RB4, but he's the guy to pay attention to for the future. Round 6, pick 202, wide receiver from Oklahoma, Michael Woods. Woods transferred from Arkansas in last offseason going into the 2021 season. And he wasn't the most productive, and it just wasn't a great fit for that offense, but he's got a big frame. He's a 4'5" guy who can press vertically with his frame and his speed. And for a guy that is 6'2", about 6'2", 6'3", over 200 pounds, he's rocked up. But he runs good routes. He knows how to sink his hips and cut in and cut out and create separation. Is he the most fluid in terms of stopping and cutting, making these sharp cuts? No, he's not the most sharp route runner because of the physical aspect, right? The height and the length and his build, because he is a muscle bound young man. But you think about what he's able to, what he can add, right? He could play the X, he could play the Z. You could slide him in against some smaller nickel corners and really make it a mismatch, especially in the red zone. So this young man has really good hands, ball skills, and he's not afraid to work across the middle. So whenever they get the quarterback situated in Cleveland this season, I expect Michael Woods to be more of a depth piece around the wide receiver 5 range that can work his way up to some solid snap share as a rookie. In the 7th round, pick 223, Isaiah Thomas, edge from Oklahoma. You know, a young man that has a solid size to him. He's more of when I watch him, he's more of a power rusher at times, but he's going to give you developmental edge presence and some special teams value as well. Like I said, it's the 7th round. You have depth at the edge spot, but of course, not at the time. You didn't know that Damian was returning. So he's more of an edge piece. I see him being a special teamer, potential practice squad kid. 7th, the final pick is in the 7th round, pick in number 246, Dawson DEATON, offensive lineman from Texas. Versatile. He plays center. You can look at him as guard as well, and that's going to be the thing. Like he's versatile, but it's like, where exactly do you play him? He gives you quality depth at the interior offensive line spot, but when you don't have a design or a designated position and you don't know exactly where he plays best, that kind of bodes a challenge going into his rookie season. So I truly believe that while he has the ability to play guard, he can play center, and he's more of a developmental young man. So if they keep him on the roster, he's definitely going to be stashed for a developmental piece in special teams. But I absolutely could see him playing or being placed on the practice squad where you stash him and allow him to work with your offensive line coach to continue to develop and get better. All right, guys, that is the Cleveland Browns 2022 NFL Draft Class. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about them heading into this season. As always, subscribe and follow us at the Draft Network for all your NFL draft, and college football needs.